Hey guys, Will Velasquez here from realestatebywill.com. Got another quick video tutorial for you. Today I'm talking about how to automate your driving for dollar process. That is finding vacant properties by driving neighborhoods in areas that you want to target that seem to be abandoned, vacant, neglected, and then doing a little bit of homework after that to find who the owners are, find their contact information, get in touch with them, negotiate a contract, and ultimately make big money. So today, part of this process includes how to automate finding the vacant property, documenting that property, and then finding the information for the owner. So let's jump right in. All right, so the website we can see here is called ifttt.com. And what I love about this website is that it literally does a million things to help streamline and automate and simplify just about anything that you want to do on the internet, right? So definitely save this, bookmark this website. But today we're only going to talk about one of those processes. And what that process is I use this to have my person out in the field who's actually doing the driving, or even myself, right? But anytime we find a vacant property, the way that we automate this process to make it simple and easy, we will actually send a text message from our cell phone with the address of the property to a specific phone number, which then through setting up a process here on IFTTT, that message then gets added to a Google spreadsheet in Google Docs. So it becomes a new line item, and then that line item is tagged with the date and the time that that text message was sent, the phone number that it was sent from, and the actual address that you put in the message. Is that cool or what? So from there, I can have, either myself or, I actually have a VA who will log in on a daily basis, pull up that spreadsheet, and then fill out the rest of the columns in that spreadsheet. So, we've got the date stamp and we've got the address. So then we've got different address or different columns that will have the owner's name, the mailing address, the mailing city, mailing zip, mailing state. It'll have a column for notes. And in fact, we'll get into that. But let's go ahead and dive into how to set up this process. Okay, so join IFTTT. We're going to start from the very beginning. You want to create an account. So just go ahead and get into IFTTT. Okay, so it's asking for the username. So let's just go Will J. Velaz. Email, we'll send it to realestatebywill@gmail. Go ahead and punch in a password and create account. So once you're here, I usually will just go over here to create. If this, then that. So this, I want to select text messaging, so I'll type in SMS. Go ahead and click on that. Now it's going to ask you to activate a cell phone, so go ahead and click activate. Type in your phone number. Here I'll just use a Google Voice number. Okay, and then to confirm that, it's going to send you like a text message pin, right? Let's see, I've got the pin over here on my other screen. So 4603 and activate. Done. Okay. Once that is activated, it's going to say continue to next. How simple is this, right? Continue to next step. We want to select this first one. This first one is basically any text message that we send will get added. And this one is if you want to use a hashtag. But let's just use this one. Any text message we send to this phone number will create a line item in our Google Doc. So yes, let's create a trigger. So if this, then that. So basically anytime you send a text message to this phone number, it's going to do whatever we ask it to here. And here we're going to go to Google Drive right here. I want to activate my Google Drive so that it knows what account to send it to. Go ahead and click accept. Google Drive activated. Done. And I think it didn't ask me for anything else because I was already logged into Google Drive right here. Okay, so continue to the next step. Do I want it to upload a file? So I'm telling you guys, this thing does a million different things with a million different types of programs. But today we're going to focus on one. So upload file from URL. Actually right here, add row to spreadsheet. We're going to name this spreadsheet vacant house spreadsheet. And this is the format I want it to send. The folder path, I'm going to go ahead and type in here D for driving for dollars folder. And let's go ahead and create that action. Create this recipe, yes. Done. Alright, so let's test it. So basically what it's saying is anytime we send a text message to this phone number, it is going to add a line, a row to the spreadsheet that we created in, and you don't have to already have a spreadsheet set up. If you just go through this exact process that I just showed you, it'll create everything for you. So shall we test it? Okay, so on my other screen here, in fact I'll just bring it on over from my Google spreadsheet. In fact, let me go ahead and go in here and grab this phone number. Okay, Control C to copy that. Come over here to my Google Voice. I'm going to send a text message to this phone number. And let's just, so let's do this. 1234 Formosa Avenue. This is actually in Hollywood. This is where my mom lived when I was born. Hollywood, California. Send. So this is just a test, okay? So I've got this phone number set up on my phone with the Google Voice app. Since I've just sent that one text, I'm also going to use my Google Voice app on my phone as if I was sitting at a property or in front of a property inputting the information from my cell phone. So even though you guys can't see my cell phone, I'll just kind of talk you through exactly what it is that I'm doing here. So on my cell phone, I'm going to compose a text. For the phone number, I'm going to go ahead, and you should save this phone number as a contact in your phone, right? So this, whatever phone number you've got in front of you. So here, 415-697-3825. Okay, so that's in the phone number section. So in the text of my text message, I tell you what, I use a lot of talk to text for, especially when I'm in the car, which basically means you can click on the microphone on your keyboard if you guys have got a smartphone, and then just speak the words and it'll type the text. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for this. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the microphone. 2688 North, 2700 West, comma, Syracuse, comma, Utah, comma, 84015. And I just clicked send, so it should send that address to our spreadsheet. Let's do a couple more, okay? And you notice I add commas in there. I like to add commas into all of the addresses that I input or that I have my field specialists when they're out driving. I like them to add commas because it just makes it easier for separating those, because if you've got, say for example, a VA in the Philippines who is filling out the rest of your spreadsheet with finding the owner's name, the owner's mailing address, and their contact information, they don't specifically know how our addresses work here. So if you separate it by a column, it's easy for them to figure out, okay, that's the address part, this is the city part, and then this is the state, and then the zip code, right? Not only that, but it also makes it easier for some other ways of separating your columns out into address, city, state, zip, and so forth. We'll get into that another day. Okay, so let's input a couple more addresses before we go in and check out our spreadsheet. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to text again. 1346 25th Street, comma, Ogden, comma, Utah, comma, 84401. Send. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, it's still recording, so every word I say, it's recording it into my text here. Alright, so let's do this next one. 4476 Fort Lane, comma, Layton, Utah, comma, 84041. And here, okay, so here I can see I forgot to put a comma after Layton, so before I hit send, I'll just add that comma and hit send. Alright, cool. So can you guys start to see how powerful this tool is? I mean, literally, I have a field, I call them a field specialist. Basically, all they do is look for vacant properties on a daily basis. They spend 3 to 4 hours a day looking for vacant, driving targeted neighborhoods in different areas. We've got it all mapped out, you know, so they don't run out of neighborhoods to drive by. But basically, all they do is every time they find a vacant property, they text the address to this phone number. That address then gets added to the spreadsheet. And then every single day, I've got a VA out of the Philippines who I'm paying $2.50 an hour to. They will go in, pull up that spreadsheet, see that there's, you know, another 30, 40 properties, and then they'll fill out the rest of the spreadsheet looking for the owner's name, the property mailing address for that owner. They'll try to skip trace and cross-reference, see if they can find the owner's phone numbers, and they usually will find multiple phone numbers for a particular owner. And you know, we'll get into skip tracing on another video. But anyway, so you can see how powerful this is. And then I've got my administrative assistant who will then on a daily basis go in on that spreadsheet and pull all of the mailing addresses and then send a direct mail piece to those owners, right? So can you see how awesome the automation of this process is for consistently generating leads for your business? I hope you can. Anyways, let's go in and see if this has worked for us. So check this out. On Google Drive, this folder was not here before. So it looks like it created the folder for us. It created the spreadsheet. And it has input, here, let me get rid of this. I'm going to open these up. Okay. Now, one thing that I've learned, don't make this same mistake, is for whatever reason, this connection here is somewhat sensitive. I'm saying the connection between, you know, your Google Doc and this IFTTT process. So one of the things that I learned is I never ever edit this page, okay, that the spreadsheet is connected to. But what I will do is I create another spreadsheet, and every single day I have my VA come in and copy all of the new entries and add them to this second sheet. Okay, and you want to just make this sheet kind of identical to that other one. Let's see. Okay. So how cool is this? It's time-stamped with the date and the time, the phone number that it came from, and the address of the property. Right? Isn't that awesome? So date, phone, property address, and then you can go in here and add additional columns such as notes, owner name, mailing address if it's different than the actual address, mailing city, mailing state, mailing zip, and I believe that's it. And then here I usually have another column that says just mailed. Now on this column, you know, after my VA has input all of this information, I have another administrative assistant that will come in here and then just copy and paste this into our direct mail spreadsheet. And here, you know, if say for example she mailed 40 or 50 sellers here, she'll go ahead and just put the date, right? So like 4/19/2014, and then let's say there's 40 or 50 items here, so she'll just go in here like this, and that basically lets everyone who has access to this spreadsheet know that these particular owners were mailed on this date. You guys digging this? I hope so. Anyways, this is the exact process that I use for automating our driving for a dollar process. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and clear this spreadsheet. Leave values. Alright guys, so this is the exact system that I use to automate our driving for a dollar process. Now I've got people in place helping me with this process already, but I tell you what, I mean, you don't have to start big. I mean, this can be a process that you implement step by step. In the beginning, it was me driving those neighborhoods looking for vacant properties, right? It was me inputting the text messages, adding them to this spreadsheet. It was me who was looking for the owner's name, the mailing address. It was me who was then in turn putting this information into our mailing database and sending out those mailers on a daily basis. And it was me who was screening those leads, negotiate deals on those. So, it's a process. Rome wasn't built in a day. Start implementing this today and automate your process so that you can start generating leads and making big profits on your real estate deals. This is Will Velasquez from realestatebywill.com. Hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of this. Let me know how this is working for you in your business. Let me know if you've got any questions. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for being a loyal email subscriber, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thanks, guys.